Meu Deus!
TikTok user Yorhi Cruz, who goes by the name Magical Poltergeist online, has been sharing eerie paranormal activity from his home, which he suspects is plagued by a severe demonic presence. He posted footage from his home security cameras that showed frightening and mysterious events taking place in his kitchen. The unsettling activity goes on for several tense minutes, leaving viewers disturbed and questioning what could be causing such strange movements. Jorge mentioned that there's been a heavy negative energy hanging around his house for a while. He described a scary moment where he woke up choking, feeling like something or multiple things were pressing down on him. The whole experience has been so intense that it's made him feel sick. Hoping to fix things, he talked to his priest and later shared a video of himself trying to cleanse his home of the bad vibes.
I am the Lord of the God, who teaches you the prophet, who leads you by the way you should go.
Everything suddenly breaks into chaos around him.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I command you to take these demons out of the house. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Clearly rattled, Jorge eventually runs out of his own home.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Many viewers reacted to Jorge's unsettling experiences with real concern, while some questioned whether the events were exaggerated or even staged. Still, the intensity and ongoing nature of his encounters have led many to believe he's truly dealing with something paranormal, or possibly even demonic. While making his way to his next stop in Waverly, Kansas, a camper noticed the sky growing dark as severe weather alerts began warning of thunderstorms and flash floods. Assuming it wouldn't be too bad, he kept going until he found a suitable place to camp. That's when something truly startling occurred. A lightning bolt struck the car directly in front of him, where a young couple sat with their baby and two toddlers. It could have ended in tragedy, but miraculously, everyone inside was okay. That moment made him realize just how serious the storm was. A TikTok user named Allie, a new mom, often shares heartwarming moments from her everyday life, usually featuring her adorable baby boy. One seemingly normal day, she and her husband were playing with their son, and Allie decided to record the joyful moment. She set up her phone, hoping to capture another sweet family memory, but what the camera ended up recording left her deeply unsettled.
It's so cute.
As her son laughed and played on the indoor slide, he suddenly froze mid-motion. Something had clearly caught his attention. His eyes locked onto something unseen, as if a ghost had just entered the room. The joy vanished from his face, and an eerie silence settled over everything. His gaze stayed fixed on whatever it was, invisible to the adults. Allie's uneasy voice broke the tension as she nervously told him to stop acting that way, almost like this wasn't the first time. Whatever he saw, whether it was a spirit or something more unsettling, remains a mystery. Inside a church in Argentina, a remarkable moment was caught on camera. A dog named Feliz was seen acting unusually in front of a statue of the Virgin Mary, appearing almost as if he were deeply engaged in prayer. Feliz seemed to be asking the Virgin Mary to look after all stray animals, praying that no dog would ever suffer from hunger, loneliness, or abuse again. This touching moment brings up an interesting question. Could animals like Feliz truly sense something sacred, or perhaps even be guided by a higher power? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Wynn and his family once thought they had found their perfect home. Everything seemed peaceful and ideal. But that all changed after the unexpected death of their cherished cat. Since then, the house has become a center of frightening paranormal occurrences. They reached out to multiple professionals, hoping for answers, but no one could provide a clear explanation. One evening, while the rest of the family was out celebrating, Wynn was home alone when he suddenly heard loud banging noises coming from the basement. Driven by both fear and curiosity, he grabbed his camera and went down to investigate. What he recorded was truly disturbing.
You guys are hearing that, right? Hello? Ever since our cat passed away, things have kind of been picking up. I'm not going back there. Hello? Damn it. Who are you? Get the hell out of here. Jesus. Dude. Stop.
The video is filled with eerie and unexplained moments, strange noises, objects shifting on their own, and even a swinging motion happening without any clear reason. But one incident stood out as especially chilling. If you were paying close attention, you might have seen it. A ball suddenly appeared and rolled across the floor, as if pushed by an invisible force. It didn't come from any visible spot, and no one else was near it. Just a few days later, while Wynn was completely alone at home, his son was at school, and no one else was inside, he filmed more footage. What he caught on camera this time was truly unsettling. Take a look.
Excuse me. Are you back there again? This has become its favorite spot. Now, and there he is. Okay, that's enough water, please. Okay. Everyone can see you in their reflection, bud. Everyone can see you in their reflection. And it's gone. Okay. I know he's not in here, but I just want anyone who's watching to see. This is too small, but just like it's not. I just wanted you to see. The cabinets are knocking again. I'm leaving. That's enough for today.
The video opens with a series of eerie occurrences, water taps turning on by themselves, and small objects shifting as though moved by an unseen force. In the glossy reflection of his refrigerator door, a dark, shadowy figure suddenly appears, drifting out of sight. Without thinking, William rushed into the room where the figure seemed to be heading. But when he got there, it was empty. No one in sight, no footsteps, just complete stillness. The only conclusion he could draw was that he had just encountered a ghost, and the thought of it shook him to his core. This family had only paused for a quick break when something completely unexpected occurred. Suddenly, and without warning, the ground beneath their car collapsed. In a matter of seconds, the vehicle was swallowed by a sinkhole. Fortunately, no one was inside when it happened. This unsettling video was filmed in a supermarket somewhere in Peru during a late-night security patrol that took a strange turn. While making his final rounds, the guard heard the sound of footsteps echoing through the empty store. Curious and concerned, since no one was supposed to be there, he went to investigate. That's when he spotted a little girl standing alone. When he asked why she was there and where her parents were, she calmly said she was waiting for her mother, who worked at the store. Puzzled, the guard told her to stay put while he checked the back warehouse, thinking a staff member might still be around. But the warehouse was empty. When he returned, the girl had completely vanished. All exits were still locked, and she was nowhere to be found. Thinking he might be imagining things, the guard reviewed the store's security footage, and what he saw left him completely shaken. In the CCTV footage from the supermarket, the guard appears to be talking to someone, but no one else is visible on camera. The eerie clip quickly went viral across Peru, with many believing that the guard wasn't speaking to a lost child at all, but to the ghost of a little girl said to haunt the store late at night. So what do you think? Was the security guard trying to help a real child in need, or was he unknowingly speaking to something that was never truly there? While hiking through the Appalachian Mountains, a man spotted something dangerous up ahead on the trail.
He's never been in the mountains here in the Appalachians. Appalachia, however the hell you want to pronounce it. Oh, yeah, something. Well, now look out there. It looks safe to walk right through there. No problem, don't it? Check this out. I'm going to walk. Just tell me when you see it. Tell me when you see it. You see it yet? Cause look, right there in that stick. He's right there. There's his tail. There's his body. There's his head. Y'all be careful walking around these woods. And I work in them. Just be careful.
It was a timber rattlesnake, dangerous and venomous, but luckily, he spotted it just in time. Although these snakes aren't typically aggressive, they won't hesitate to strike if they feel threatened, and an untreated bite can be deadly. Stepping on one by accident could have ended badly, but thanks to his sharp eye and quick reaction, he avoided disaster. It's a good reminder to always stay cautious when exploring the wilderness. This eerie footage was first shared on the popular Sir Spook subreddit by a user named fitcode8290. The video comes from a surveillance camera installed inside a local pub called The Anchor, which was reportedly located near the uploader's home. According to the post, the bar was once a lively hangout in Brown Hills, UK, until it suddenly closed down for reasons never made public. However, what the camera recorded that night might reveal some chilling hints as to why. Take a look. Out of nowhere, a glass placed on a table is forcefully knocked to the ground, as if pushed by an invisible, angry presence. The people nearby are visibly startled, reacting with shock and confusion as their calm evening is suddenly interrupted. The incident strongly resembles typical poltergeist behavior, sudden, aggressive, and unexplainable. While there's little detailed information about the haunting, one thing is certain: something strange may have made its presence known. Was it the spirit of a ghost, or something even darker? Hopefully the bar's staff and guests didn't experience any more eerie disturbances after this unsettling moment. This video was recorded by a night shift caretaker at a school. While making his rounds, he began hearing unsettling noises echoing from down the hallway. Sounds so disturbing they could shake even the bravest soul. Nervous but determined to capture whatever was happening, he pulled out his phone and started recording as he moved toward the source of the noise. Just after a sudden noise grabs his attention, a shadowy figure can be seen darting out of view. He rushes over to investigate only a second later, but finds absolutely nothing there. So where did it go? While relaxing by the campfire on a quiet night, this person suddenly began hearing something frightening coming from a distance. Some said the sound resembled a baby crying, while others guessed it might have been a fox or even a cougar. But one comment stood out. Someone suggested it could be a skinwalker, a creature believed to mimic human voices to lure people in. The person who posted the video still isn't sure what they heard that night. Hopefully, it was just an animal and nothing more. A woman was recording her dog, Rosie, who had been fixated on a specific spot. Then, without warning, something unexpected occurred.
What?
A dark, shadow-like figure appears to reach toward the dog, and just as it seems to touch her, Rosie suddenly pulls away. There was no indication of a prank. No one else was seen nearby, and no obvious explanation emerged. The woman uploaded the footage online, confused and unsettled, but one thing was clear. Rosie sensed something was off. While stopped at a red light, something unexpected occurred.
Nossa Senhora. Meu Deus! Ah, tudo que eu precisava. Toma no cu! Olha isso!
Suddenly, an ox came charging and slammed into the car, badly damaging it. Amazingly, the woman inside escaped without injury. Still, the question remains, what caused the ox to become so aggressive? A mother and her child were strolling through their neighborhood when something completely unexpected occurred. In an instant, the child disappeared into the structure. Some speculate it was something sinister, like a scene out of a horror story, even suggesting Pennywise might be real. But without solid evidence, it's more likely the child was just quickly pulled out. Still, the moment was undeniably frightening. The Rocky Mountains are famed for their stunning landscapes, but they also hide eerie secrets. In a spine-chilling video shared by Voyager Overland, the uploader writes, "I don't know what it was, but it was circling our Jeep," and adds, "After witnessing this, I don't think I'll ever go camping again. I kept this footage as evidence of the unexplainable." The video begins peacefully, showing an elderly couple heading into the Alberta Rockies for a quiet getaway. They set up camp and, as usual, place a trail camera to capture local wildlife for their grandchildren. But this time, the camera recorded something far more disturbing. Out of nowhere, a ghostly figure appears on camera, moving in an unnatural, almost inhuman way. It disappears briefly, then re-emerges farther away in the darkness. The mysterious figure flickers in and out of view several times without making a single sound, then vanishes entirely. The unsettling video quickly went viral, with many viewers claiming it's undeniably real, which leaves one chilling question: what did they really capture out there in the wild? While getting ready to paraglide, something terrifying suddenly occurred.
Vente pa' acá, ven. Vente. No! Vente! ¡El perro! ¡El perro!
As the paraglider took off, their dog attempted to follow and latched onto the gear. Thankfully, the dog didn't fall far and survived, but the incident was frightening to witness. Viewers online were outraged, slamming the paraglider for the lack of responsibility, bringing a dog to a dangerous spot without a leash or any kind of safety precautions. A TikToker heard a noise downstairs and went to investigate, only to be shocked to find a bear casually wandering into the kitchen. It walked straight to the fridge, opened it, and started rummaging through the food, completely unfazed by the nervous humans nearby. Just as it was about to leave, the bear stopped, turned around, and came back for a tortilla. While the people were terrified, the bear seemed completely at ease. During a road trip, dense fog and icy conditions transformed an ordinary highway into a scene of chaos. It started with one crash, then quickly escalated as more vehicles collided, leaving the road strewn with mangled metal and shattered glass. People on the scene ran out, trying to warn approaching traffic, but the thick fog made it too hard to see in time. The accidents kept piling up in a relentless chain reaction. Hopefully, no one was seriously hurt. A spine-tingling video posted on TikTok by user HorrorGPN Show is going viral after a disturbing incident was captured by a home security camera. The clip starts off harmlessly, showing a dog peacefully eating and playing with a ball inside a seemingly calm home. However, things take a turn when the dog's behavior suddenly changes. The dog suddenly stops, fixates on something invisible in the distance, and begins to growl. Its unease quickly intensifies until it abruptly charges at the camera, sending it tumbling in a blur of motion. However, it's the eerie glimpse the camera captures as it falls that has left TikTok users deeply unsettled. As the camera tilts and crashes to the ground, it briefly captures a haunting image, a figure standing motionless in the doorway. Though humanoid in shape, the figure is eerily still, as if silently observing. Its face appears pale and mask-like, or possibly featureless, with only a pair of dark, sunken eyes visible. The video has since gone viral, amassing thousands of comments and shares as viewers try to make sense of what was recorded. Many speculate the dog sensed something before it became visible, with one commenter writing, "This gave me chills. The way the dog reacts before we even see anything. It knows something's there." Whether the footage is an elaborate prank, a cleverly staged hoax, or something more unsettling, it has struck a chord, leaving viewers captivated and creeped out by the mysterious figure. A man was on a road trip when he spotted something that left him completely puzzled. A tall tree appeared to shift from one location to another, almost as if it were walking. Some suggested it was likely being moved by heavy equipment, possibly from a logging crew, while others claimed it resembled Bigfoot. Whatever the case, it was unsettling to witness something typically immobile on the move. Perhaps it was just a trick of the eye, or maybe something more. A young woman living by herself in a remote house nestled in the Appalachian Mountains experienced something truly horrifying.
Gabe? Gabe, it's your mom. You should come out. You've been there for so long. Gabe, come out. Gabe. Gabe, it's your mother. You should come out.
Then what's your name then?
One evening, a knock came at her door with a voice saying it was her mother, asking her to come outside, but something about the voice felt off. Disturbed, she called her actual mom, who came right away and took her home. She stayed with her family that night and soon made plans to move away from the mountains. It's still a mystery. Was it a stranger or something imitating her mother to trick her? Jack, a TikTok creator with a growing collection of antiques, recently encountered the darker side of owning relics from the past. Some might come with more than just history. While the odds are slim, there's always a chance something haunted could be attached. Over the years, Jack had noticed odd occurrences, objects subtly moving, strange noises in the night, but nothing that felt truly threatening. That changed recently. Jack now believes a spirit has attached itself to one of his antiques and refuses to leave. The paranormal activity has ramped up, and one morning, he woke to an unnatural chill in his sitting room. Despite a roaring fire, the air stayed freezing. Suspecting something might be hiding in plain sight, Jack decided to start recording everything.
Okay folks, as you can see, it's almost 10 in the morning. I've decided to start filming because I knew something wasn't right in this house this morning. I've got the fire on, as you can see there, and it's warm outside, but the house is freezing. And furthermore, there's constant, I don't know, scratchy type noises coming from the dining room. So I've got it out there, that's the car, on the off chance. If you're making noises in here, make yourself known. Do it now while I've got an actual camera out again. It's driving me absolutely wild, to be honest. Oh, it's cold. Can you do something to make your presence known? Oh. Oh, my TV's gone off. Right, okay. Ooh, there's a bit of an atmosphere, you know, guys. Cat's acting a bit weird as well. What's wrong? You okay? What? Right, thank you for doing that. Okay. Woo, I'm freaked out. Thank you. What is it you want? Why do you just randomly flare every now and then? The cat is going nuts at the bottom of the stairs. If you've just moved that chair, do something for me again. Can you hear that noise? Sophia, what are you doing? Whoa, what was that? What was that? What was that? What? Jesus.
Not long after strange and increasingly aggressive events began to occur. Lights started flickering, doors slammed shut on their own, and unsettling noises echoed through the house regularly. It became clear that whatever entity Jack was dealing with, it had a personal grudge. Whether it was attached to a specific antique or drawing strength from the energy in the home, the poltergeist's behavior felt targeted and intentional. What do you think? This clip was recorded by a golfer at a golf course in Florida. It was later uploaded online with the caption, "Ghost on Florida Golf Course." Take a look.
What is that? What
the hell?
A white figure suddenly appears in the footage, gliding from left to right before fading away as if it had never been there. But keen-eyed viewers have pointed out something even stranger. It doesn't seem to be walking at all. Instead, it looks like it's levitating. Could this really be a ghost caught on camera, just as the uploader claims? Or is there another explanation? You decide. Zesty Zari, a TikTok creator best known for her fashionable pup and upbeat videos, headed out one quiet November afternoon for a relaxing walk in a national park. With no other vehicles at the trailhead, she assumed she had the entire area to herself. As she strolled deeper into the wooded trail, she casually started filming a short video, just a cheerful clip to post later. But when she looked back at the footage, she spotted something far from lighthearted, something unsettling hiding in the background.
Maybe somebody's chasing me down there. What the?
As Zari slowly turned her phone to capture the trail behind her, the camera picked up something unexpected. A dark, shadowy figure moving in the distance. Its pitch-black silhouette stood out starkly against the lighter backdrop of trees, making it nearly impossible to overlook. Oddly enough, Zari made a lighthearted joke in the moment, unaware of what her camera had just caught. So, what exactly did she capture out there in the woods? No one knows for certain, but the eerie footage is enough to leave a lasting impression. Just after midnight, a student decided to stay late at school, driven by curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth behind a chilling rumor. According to whispers, the school is haunted, particularly the restroom. His father, the school's caretaker. While cleaning the restrooms at night, the father claimed he often heard eerie whispers coming from one of the stalls, but whenever he checked, the restroom was empty. This happened almost nightly. What began as a joke between father and son sparked the student's curiosity. Determined to find out for himself, he hid at school until midnight, then entered the restroom and hit record, hoping to capture something that might just go viral.
Nah, y'all ever been in a bathroom skipping alone, bro? This is crazy. I'm in here, bro, just alone, and it's like mad weird, bro. Cause like, what if there was some monster or something pop up on me? That would be crazy, bro. But I don't know. Like, there's nobody in here. You could come out. I don't even know, bro, but yeah, there's nobody right here, bro, but this is crazy, bro. I don't know, but that weird.
At first, the restroom appears empty, but just as the student is about to leave, the stall door at the far end suddenly swings open. And did you catch it? It's easy to miss, but when the footage is slowed down, what appears to be a face briefly peeks out from the stall, before vanishing in an instant. After the student uploaded the video online, it quickly spread across the internet. Many viewers believe he captured the very same entity his father had been encountering during those eerie night shifts. But what do you think? Was it real, or just a trick of the shadows? One evening, a man was by himself at home when he heard a sudden, intense knocking at the door. However, when he went to check, there was no one outside. As soon as he closed the door, the knocking resumed, just as loud and urgent as before. Feeling unsettled, he decided to check a nearby locked room, just to be sure, but found it completely empty. Still, the knocking continued. He never revealed how the night ended, leaving us to wonder and hope there was a rational explanation behind it all. This chilling video was uploaded to the internet on June 10th and has since gone viral across Malaysian news outlets. According to the story, the uploader lives in a remote area of Malaysia, with the nearest neighbor over 20 meters away. For several nights in a row, the family had been hearing terrifying screams echoing from somewhere outside their home. Strangely, each night the sounds seemed to creep closer. Then, late one night while the family was asleep, their outdoor CCTV camera captured something deeply unsettling. A figure with what appears to be glowing eyes and long dark hair can be seen peeking around a corner, but the family has no idea who or what it is. Believing it might be something supernatural, they uploaded the footage with the caption penampakan, a word that translates to apparition in English. They're convinced that this mysterious presence is the very source of the blood-curdling screams they've been hearing night after night. TikTok user Magnus Madsen6 had been dealing with terrifying paranormal activity in his family home for years. Hoping to escape it, he eventually relocated, but unfortunately, things didn't improve. They got much worse. Whatever was haunting him didn't just follow him to his new place, it became even more intense. After a while, Magnus began to notice that most of the eerie and unsettling activity in his new home happened while he was sound asleep. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he decided to install security cameras throughout the property, hoping to finally capture evidence of the paranormal. But what he ended up recording was something far more disturbing, something that truly shook him. Some might dismiss it as a carefully orchestrated scare, but if you watch closely, his sudden movement, jerking upright, doesn't come across as acting. It feels like a raw, instinctive response to something unexpected. The chair appears to rise in a way that just doesn't look natural. Some might argue it could be a trick, maybe a hidden wire, especially since the trunk is secured to the wall, meaning normal vibrations wouldn't impact the surrounding light fixtures. But if you look closely, there's nothing visible above the chair. No strings, no pulleys, nothing suspicious in sight. So was it all just a clever illusion? Or could this be compelling evidence of a haunting? What do you think? This mysterious clip was recorded by a security camera at a ranch somewhere in Chile. While the family was relaxing after a long day, the father suddenly received a notification on his phone, an alert that the entrance camera had been triggered. Puzzled, since nothing had ever set it off at that hour before, he opened the camera app to take a look. What he saw next left him completely speechless. A person-like figure is seen moving toward the front gate, which alarmed the homeowner, especially since no one should be near the property that late at night. But what happened next left him stunned. The figure appeared to pass directly through the closed gate as if it didn't exist. The property owner remains baffled, with no explanation for who or what it was, or how it managed to do something so impossible. A young mother posted this eerie video online after witnessing something unusual. She was at home playing with her kids when she noticed something strange in her peripheral vision. At first, it seemed like it was just her mirror, but as she took a closer look, something disturbing unfolded.
My mirror's cracking by itself.
What's happening? Wait, stop.
Harry, my mirror is cracking by itself.
It's cracked by so far. Why is it cracking by itself?
I have no idea.
There's two things.
The mirror suddenly shattered on its own, right in front of the family. The mother had found it on Facebook Marketplace at a low price and thought she was getting a great deal. When she went to pick it up, the seller mentioned she was parting with it because she kept having terrifying nightmares and claimed she'd often see something disturbing in the reflection. The mom didn't take the warning seriously, assuming the woman was just being superstitious. But after seeing the mirror crack on its own and what some believe looks like a face, she now regrets ever bringing it into her home. So what do you think? Was this just a strange coincidence, or could something sinister really be attached to the mirror? A Reddit user was driving by a deserted house late at night when something unexpected occurred.
Oh, go.
A small, eerie figure, possibly a child, appeared in the window, staring out at the passing driver. While some believe it might have been a squatter, others suspect it could have been something paranormal. This spine-tingling video was posted to TikTok in February by user cc.e.perdrau and has quickly become one of the most disturbing clips circulating online. Filmed by a motion-activated security camera during the dead of night, everything seems normal at first, until something truly unsettling unfolds just seconds later. A ghostly, see-through figure eerily drifts into view, gliding across the frame before the video cuts out suddenly. Some viewers are convinced it's genuine paranormal activity, possibly the lingering spirit of someone tied to that place by a sorrowful history. Others dismiss it as just a late-night passerby distorted by bad lighting and camera angle. But what about you? What do you think really happened here? This video is undeniably unsettling, taking place in what seems to be a museum exhibit. From the start, the room has an eerie vibe with mannequins that look almost too real, triggering that classic feeling of unease. But the real source of fear isn't the mannequins, it's something else entirely. The person filming didn't realize they had captured anything strange, but once viewers looked more closely, they spotted something creepy that had been hiding in plain sight all along. In a mirror at the back of the exhibit, a shadowy figure resembling a woman suddenly comes into view. The reflection is unmistakable, yet strangely, there's no actual person in the room to match it. If it was someone, it definitely wasn't anyone alive. Many believe the figure to be a ghost, dressed in what appears to be a Victorian-era gown. It glides effortlessly through the background, seemingly unaware of or unaffected by the people nearby, almost as if it belonged there all along. With no clear explanation or details, we're left to wonder who or what was really caught on camera in this haunted museum. While Maddie Bark and her family were fast asleep, a loud, violent knocking suddenly broke the silence of the night. Worried it might be something serious, Maddie grabbed her phone to record whatever was going on. Filled with fear but determined, she walked toward the door to find out who or what was causing the noise.
Maddie? Maddie? Oh my god. Maddie? Oh my god. Did it just move? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Is he out there? Do you see anything?
No, I don't see anything.
Her close. It looked like it turned and walked away. The only place it could have gone is through this.
Someone was staring straight through the glass at that late hour. The shadowy figure lingered for a moment before slowly sliding out of view, not walking, but gliding. The movement was so strange and unnatural, it seemed more like something out of a ghost story than anything human. But there's something more to it, something that feels deeply off. It's not just creepy, it's disturbing on a different level.
Maddie? Oh my god. Oh my god.
When she turned the camera toward the stairs, the eerie figure had completely vanished, gone without a trace. It simply disappeared. Could this be a sign of demonic activity, or perhaps something even more sinister? Share your thoughts in the comments below. A nurse named Nana recently shared some unsettling footage taken from inside a hospital room that has left many viewers disturbed. Working the night shift, Nana noticed that the call light in one particular room would frequently activate, sometimes multiple times in a single night. Yet every time she or her colleagues checked, the room was completely empty with no clear reason for the alert. Wanting to get to the bottom of the mystery, Nana set up a camera to record the vacant room throughout the night. What it ended up capturing was truly chilling. Throughout the footage, the hospital bed can be seen adjusting itself several times, rising and lowering on its own, as if being operated by an unseen force. Since the video was posted online, it has sparked intense debate. Many believe hospitals tend to hold heavy, dark energy because of the number of lives lost there, suggesting this might be a real case of paranormal activity. Skeptics, however, have had a hard time coming up with a solid alternative explanation. For now, the eerie mystery inside that hospital room remains unexplained. The Proving Demons team set out to explore a house that was said to have been the site of an exorcism. After a lengthy hike to reach the remote, abandoned building, they crawled through a small opening to get inside. But once they were in, it didn't seem deserted. Signs suggested someone might still be staying there. In one room, they came across a bed, clothing, and even a fully packed backpack.
Dude, what the hell? I don't like this. Bro. Like I was the door just freaking closed by itself!
Despite hearing some unsettling noises, the team continued their exploration, only to stumble upon something even more bizarre.
It's like he's turning into a ghost on that one.
Check this out. These are some photos he just found in the bathroom. It's like this dude transforming or something. I don't know. What? Yeah. Look at this. These are all Polaroids taken probably with that camera right there. But look at that. Whoa. It's like they're doing a ritual in this house. Whoa. The story actually thickens. What the heck is going on?
They discovered a disturbing set of Polaroid photos that seemed to depict a ritual, possibly even an exorcism. One crew member began to feel physically unwell, and after venturing a bit further, they agreed it was best to leave. Still, questions lingered. Who had been staying there? And what was the real story behind those unsettling images? Reddit user EMF4_paranormal recently shared chilling footage from a paranormal investigation at an old school believed to be haunted. During a spirit box session in the gym, his girlfriend suddenly felt something touch her hair. Initially, she brushed it off as maybe a bug or her imagination. But when they later reviewed the video, they discovered something far more disturbing.
Oh, sorry. I think that was my hair or something.
Clearly visible in the footage, a portion of her hair appears to lift slightly on its own, as if being gently pulled by an unseen force.
Oh, sorry. I think that was my hair or something.
The Reddit user stressed that the gymnasium was completely sealed with no airflow, and the high humidity, evident from condensation on the floor, made static electricity an improbable cause.
I think that was my hair or something.
Since the footage was shared online, it has attracted significant attention. Viewers have found it difficult to offer logical explanations, leading many to believe it could be authentic proof of paranormal activity at the reportedly haunted school. Reddit user Preference No5512 recently posted some creepy footage that's got the internet pretty split. In the post, they mentioned the videos were taken by caretakers at their uncle's group home, which houses people with disabilities. Their dad thinks it's the ghost of their late grandfather haunting the place, but the poster isn't convinced, saying the activity seems way too intense to be from a friendly spirit. Then, in another clip, something creepy unfolds in the kitchen. But maybe the most unsettling clip of all captures this eerie moment in the living room. Some people think these clips are just staged hoaxes, pointing out how easy it is to fake things using tricky camera angles and hidden wires. But others aren't so sure and believe it might actually be something real. A Reddit user named Trisky posted a video to the Ghosts subreddit from their home security camera, which is usually inactive and positioned discreetly in the corner of a room. It rarely detects any movement, but one night around 9 p.m., something in the darkness set off the motion sensor. When they checked the footage, they were stunned by what they saw. Just past the table, a pale, ghostly figure glides silently back and forth across the room. It appears translucent and oddly human-like, lingering near the dark corners without making a sound. He was completely unsettled after viewing the footage, especially since no one was in that area of the house at the time. Whatever it was, it didn't move like a person. While some commenters suggested it might be a spider web close to the camera lens, that doesn't explain why the figure seems to move behind the table rather than in front of it. So, could this be actual evidence of a ghost, or is there a more down-to-earth explanation? While driving late at night to their next stop, something unexpected occurred. Out of nowhere, someone stood in the center of the road, apparently trying to hitch a ride. But who would be doing that by themselves on a dark, empty road in the dead of night? It raises the unsettling question: was it really a person? In the video, Matthew noticed something in his room moving on its own around 2 a.m. Curious and a bit unsettled, he decided to start recording, and this is what his camera captured.
Bro, so I'm watching TV, and this Broly statue was facing towards me, and it turned to the right, bro. Literally just shifted to the right. Unbelievable. I couldn't get my phone out fast enough to get it on film, of course. And now that I'm filming, it's not gonna do it. Bro, like, here's my hand, bro. And it literally just started Bro, that thing just rocked. Bro, here's my hand. My other hand is filming, bro. No way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro. What the Yo!
At first, Matthew admitted he didn't expect anything unusual to happen while filming. It was more of a precaution just in case, but to his surprise, something did happen. The figure in question suddenly collapsed and began shaking and moving, almost like it was being controlled by an unseen force. It was clear there were no objects or physical causes behind it, leading many to believe it had to be a ghost. Instead of trying to stop the activity, Matthew chose to keep filming, intrigued by the attention the video was getting. He continued documenting the strange events, chasing views, but that decision came at a cost. To this day, he's still dealing with the consequences of that choice. A couple of years ago, urban explorers from the YouTube channel El Ritmo de la Noche 123 shared this eerie clip after capturing something unsettling inside an old, abandoned building. The location is rumored to be highly haunted, but that didn't deter the group. 2 members of the team stayed inside to conduct the session, while a third monitored everything remotely. With the camera fixed on the pair, they began their communication attempt. But it wasn't what they heard that was disturbing. It was what their friend saw through the camera feed that left them absolutely shaken.
¿Qué pasó? Detrás de ustedes, en toda la esquina, detrás de ustedes, al lado, costado derecho, una cara. RR.
Oye, mire.
Vamos.
Estoy sintiendo que el resto del señor está atrás y el niño también. Mételo al bolso, que vamos a salir en pura aquí.
Their friend quickly warns them that something is behind them, but when the 2 explorers turn around, there's nothing in sight. Feeling uneasy, they decide to leave the area. Later, as they reviewed the footage, they were stunned by what they discovered. A face can be seen in the background, watching them intently. Strangely, they hadn't noticed it at all at the moment. What makes this even more disturbing is the location of the face. It appears in a part of the building that has no flooring and is at least 4 stories above the ground, making it physically impossible for anyone to be standing there. So what exactly did they capture on camera? Could it really be one of the spirits said to haunt the building? What's your take? A surveillance camera captured something odd near the premises of a motel. One dog stood motionless by the roadside, staring straight ahead as though anticipating something. Soon, a faint, human-like figure emerged. As it moved, a second dog and a cat began to follow it, almost as if they knew it. Then, just as suddenly, the figure vanished. The two following animals paused, glancing around in confusion, as if searching for whatever had disappeared. Yet the first dog remained still and composed, as if this strange event were nothing out of the ordinary. This video was shared by a woman who works as a house cleaner in the US. She had been hired to deep clean a rental property late at night, something that seemed like just another job. What she didn't realize was that the house had a disturbing history. According to the landlord, it was once his family home, but after living there for years, he began experiencing strange occurrences, whispers in empty rooms, doors slamming on their own, and brief glimpses of shadowy figures just out of sight. Eventually, he moved out, choosing not to sell the house, but to rent it instead. That didn't go well. Every tenant broke their lease. Some left within days, others didn't even last a full night. Many left abruptly, and the landlord started receiving strange reports. Tenants claiming they heard voices, saw figures, or even woke up to see something standing at the foot of their bed, only to watch it disappear into the darkness. With the home empty once again, the cleaner was called in. She decided to record the process to document the home's condition, but what she captured on video left her deeply unsettled.
Esta casa se ha limpiado muchísimas veces porque la gente no dura rentando. Rompe el contrato por una u otra cosa y tuvimos que venirla a limpiar el día de hoy porque ya mañana se van a mover. Se las quiero enseñar. Lo raro es que dice el realtor que no dura la gente. Esta casa se ha limpiado muchísimas veces porque rompe el contrato a la gente. Ay, no mames. Ya es noche. Estoy sola. Chingados estoy. No hay nada. Esta pinche casa la han rentado un chingo de veces y no sé por qué rompe el contrato a la gente. Ay, no, déjenme regresar, sí, porque...
As the cleaner made her way through the dark, empty house, a door unexpectedly creaked open by itself. Startled but curious, she approached to take a look, only to find no one around. Still unsettled, she kept the camera rolling. It wasn't until after she uploaded the footage that viewers noticed something she hadn't seen at all. In one part of the video, faint sounds can be heard coming from a pitch-black room. As she moves in for a closer look, something eerie becomes visible. If the footage is brightened, a figure or presence appears to be peeking out from a doorway, silently watching her. Completely unaware, the cleaner walks right past it without noticing a thing. When she was later shown what viewers had spotted, she was spooked. She now believes that whatever was lurking in that room might be behind all the unsettling events that caused previous tenants to flee so suddenly. But what do you think? Could it have been a trick of the shadows, or was something truly watching her from the dark? A woman in the Netherlands moved to a new apartment to escape the paranormal activity she experienced at her previous home. However, the haunting continued. In rare cases like hers, the spirit isn't tied to the property, but to the person, meaning the ghost followed her to her new home.
Dat lichtknipper er weer aan en uit in de hal. Oh, in het nieuwe huis. Oh, ik durf niet. Oh, ik durf niet. story. Heel klaar mee. Oh. Oh. Ik durf echt niet. Donder op, ik ga er niet naartoe. Ik bel wel iemand.
After hearing strange noises and seeing flashing lights behind a door, the woman chose to investigate instead of ignoring them. When she found nothing causing the sounds, she feared the worst, that the ghost from her old home had followed her. Her suspicion was confirmed when the lights began swinging and she saw a ghostly figure. Wanting to avoid the expense of moving again or hiring a ghost hunter, she turned to a priest for help and now hopes for a day when she's finally free from the haunting. Harvey was driving through Aguascalientes, Mexico, when he noticed something odd on a mountainside and managed to film the strange sight. The figure looked far too tall to be an ordinary person, and its unsettling presence on a remote mountainside only deepened the mystery. But things became more alarming when rumors emerged that Harvey might be at risk simply for sharing the video. Allegedly, others who posted similar footage have disappeared. Hopefully, he's safe. A haunting video uploaded to Reddit by user LowFlyingV has stirred controversy after reportedly showing shadow-like figures drifting through an old historic home, leading many to speculate they could be shadow people. The poster explained that the video was filmed by the son of a friend who lives in the house, an old building that once functioned as the area's doctor's office, dating back to the pre-Civil War era. The post features 3 clips, all recorded during what the family described as a night filled with intense paranormal activity. In each clip, dark shadow-like figures appear to move through the living room and up the staircase, with no clear source behind them. The family, well acquainted with the home's rich and possibly tragic history, believes these figures might be connected to its past. There's reportedly a lot of paranormal activity, the poster noted, since the property once served as a medical center that may have seen significant suffering and death. Some viewers speculate the figures could be evidence of lingering spirits, either residual energy or intelligent hauntings. Some skeptical Reddit users suggested the shadows might simply be people moving through poorly lit rooms, with lighting and camera angles playing tricks. Others asked for a floor plan of the house, pointing out that without understanding the layout, it's hard to say if the movements are truly unexplainable. Roy, the man in the next video, used his basement as a storage space for all kinds of items, helping him keep his house more organized. He regularly went in and out, taking things and putting them back, but one day, he heard loud banging coming from the basement. Thinking it was his wife looking for something, he called out to her, but got no reply. Realizing something wasn't right, he decided to head down and investigate. When Roy got to the bottom of the stairs, he saw no one there and nothing out of place that could have caused the noise. He stood quietly for a moment, trying to figure out what he had heard. As he turned to head back upstairs, the banging sound returned, and a wooden horse began rocking on its own. Terrified, Roy ran back up. The next day, he heard knocking again, this time coming from the garage, and realized he had to investigate once more. just as he suspected, the same thing happened again. Roy followed the strange sounds, and this time he saw an object moving by itself. Now, he and his wife are working with several ghost hunters in hopes of getting rid of the spirit. All anyone can do now is wait and hope their home can be cleansed of whatever is haunting it. Recently, unusual footage appeared on Instagram through the page Theories Now, sparking confusion and curiosity among viewers.
Is wild. Look at it.
The eerie footage, said to be captured by an anonymous observer, shows a luminous white orb rapidly zipping through the sky at an incredible pace.
That's not my camera.
The man behind the camera sounds visibly stunned, repeatedly claiming that the mysterious object couldn't be a normal aircraft due to its erratic motion and astonishing speed. He even says he rushed indoors to grab a camera, fearing no one would believe him without capturing it on video.
I had to go run in and get my camera. Nobody was gonna believe me. What's with my camera? Look at this thing.
Since it was posted, the video has caused a lot of discussion among viewers about what the glowing object really is. Some think it's probably just a drone flying nearby, while others believe it might be something more strange, maybe even something from another world. A bizarre video has recently gone viral, fueling intense conspiracy theories about legendary rapper Kanye West. Shared by the account MindDecayCam, the unsettling footage shows a man who appears disoriented, sitting alone on a park bench with a distant, confused expression.
Boom.
Viewers were quick to point out the man's striking resemblance to Kanye West, instantly sparking widespread speculation. Adding to the mystery, commenters noted his unusual hairstyle, which bore a disturbing similarity to those seen in old photos of lobotomy patients. This eerie detail fueled a bizarre but persistent theory that the man in the video is the real Kanye West, lobotomized and secretly replaced by an imposter. To make matters even more unsettling, fans recalled a past comment allegedly made by Kanye, warning that if he ever vanished and returned, the person who came back wouldn't truly be him. Since the video surfaced, internet investigators have closely examined old photos of Kanye West alongside recent ones, pointing out odd differences. Many believe that the real Kanye has been secretly replaced by a double. However, skeptics argue that the clip is likely fake, possibly created using CGI, AI tools, or a simple face-swapping app. What's your take on it? In a video posted on August 31st, 2019, Clay, the creator behind the YouTube channel Time to Play TV, known for his mix of fun challenges, cooking content, outdoor adventures, and spooky explorations, decided to spend a night in the infamous Riverview Hotel. Built in 1916 and originally operated by 3 women, the hotel developed a haunted reputation after their deaths. Over the years, numerous guests have reported eerie experiences, including unexplained sounds and sightings of a mysterious woman roaming the halls. Drawn by the chilling tales, Clay booked a stay, hoping to witness something paranormal firsthand. What he didn't realize at the time was that the room he selected had a recent, unsettling past. Just weeks earlier, an elderly man had died there of natural causes. Clay was about to discover that this would be a night he'd never forget.
Getting ready to film or anything yet. I was going to throw all my stuff in my charger, and I was going to go outside, I was going to have a cigar for the night, and then come back in and then try to set up some cameras and film, okay? I've been in this room for like 10 minutes. My fan has shut off and turned back on. The bathroom door over there, it's closed. Now, I don't mean a little bit, I mean it's fully closed. Now, the reason it's open now is because I thought maybe a breeze, maybe something. There's no windows open. I got nothing going on, and that thing right there is just closed all by itself. So I'm telling you what, it's a little spooky. I am thinking it's kind of neat. So I'm probably gonna go have my cigar. I'm gonna come back, set some cameras up, and do whatever battery's about to go low, and then do whatever I can to get it. It's closing right now, guys. It just moved a little bit. I'm telling you, just see. no one in here with me. Completely alone. Hello? There is no one here, guys. I'm using the front face on the camera, so it's kind of hard to see. But you can see. Watch. Watch. See, it's a watch. It doesn't close by itself. Okay? And this thing's open and closed. It's done it by itself. I want to say that's the second or third. I can't remember if it did it once or twice before I started on or what, but it's been doing it a lot, and I don't get it. Because I tried doing it by hand. I got goosebumps.
While this kind of activity was exactly what Clay had been looking for, the fact that so much happened so soon after he entered the room made him feel unsettled. Still, he had no intention of leaving. Rather than letting fear take over, he decided to lean into the experience and try to connect with whatever force seemed to be causing the odd events, especially the door, which appeared to move on its own.
You think you can close that one more time for me? You think one more time you could close the door, and then I'll leave you alone. Then I'll leave, and I'll leave this room for a little while. I won't come back if you close that door one more time. Go. What the hell? Oh, it didn't close all the way this time. All right, I told you I would leave. I'm out. All right, guys. I'm out. I'm gonna put myself in my car. I'm gonna leave like I said I would. I'm gonna leave and go charge my stuff. I'm gonna charge my stuff out. I'm freaking out, guys. I'm freaking out.
Clay could barely believe what was happening, but he was determined not to end his visit early. Sticking to his plan, he grabbed his belongings, stepped outside for a quick cigar to calm his nerves, and then returned to the room, ready to settle in for the night and find out what might happen next.
I'm back in my room. It's pretty late. When I left, the bathroom door was open. It's closed. I already went in there and checked everything. I actually went to the restroom. I'm leaving it closed. I've had enough of that thing closing on me. So I'm gonna leave it closed. It's latched, so it does not push open. So we're gonna see if that opens. I don't think it could. That'd be a heck of a lot, but we'll see. I am gonna probably get ready for bed, but I'm thinking I'm gonna leave the camera on. I hate sleeping with the light on, but maybe I'll leave the light on and we'll just leave the camera rolling for while I sleep. See how it goes. See if anything happens. Good night. You got a good view? Yeah, we're good.
As shown, the fan repeatedly turned on and off, just like when Clay had first arrived, but this time, he managed to capture it all on camera. After a few incidents, the activity briefly ceased, and an eerie silence settled over the room. However, the night was far from over.
That chair just hit my bed. This chair was over there. It just hit my bed really hard. Just like a socks on.
What Clay didn't initially notice was that the chair had already been moved earlier. What truly startled him awake was the bed shifting underneath him.
90% sure was over here. And it just hit my bed really hard. I need to see if I got that. I'm going to stop this for a second so I can see. I know that chair was over there. I know it was, but I'm pretty sure that chair just hit my bed really hard. I'm going to stop this so I can check it out. I've only been asleep like 3 hours. The chair did not hit my bed. The chair did move. Let me take my shirt off of the lamp. The chair did not hit my bed. Technically, it wasn't even touching it. It was by the bed. I thought the chair hit the bed and slammed into it real hard. That is not what happened. As you just saw, because I would have showed that before this, the chair moved by my bed and was actually like 40, 50 minutes later, the bed moved. Now I had to watch it like 5 times to see it. And I actually had to watch like the corner of the bed. The actual bed moved a little bit. So, I don't know if I'm going back to sleep. I think that's crazy. They said this place is haunted, and just now when I was re-watching the footage, my fan shut off again, and then when I got up to go over there, it turned back on. The bathroom door is still closed. I kind of want to open it again to see if it'll close again, but honestly, a lot of stuff's happening, so I really don't see the need to do that, because at this point I'm not scared, but I'm just getting a little freaked out.
Naturally, the experience left Clay deeply unnerved. Sleep was no longer an option. It was unlike anything he'd ever faced and far more intense than he had anticipated when planning the trip. But what made it all the more disturbing was what Clay didn't know at the time. It wasn't until he returned home and shared the story with his friend Patty that the bigger picture began to emerge. Intrigued by his account, Patty visited the hotel herself, and during a conversation with the staff, she uncovered something chilling: the unsettling truth about the man who had recently died in the very room Clay had stayed in.
And she was talking to one of the workers there, and the workers was saying, you know, talking to her about how stuff like this happens a lot. People complain, you know, their wallets or stuff they bought has been moved, or chairs have been moved, or they heard the door closing at night. And then the worker told her, however, in the past couple weeks, it's gotten a lot worse. They've been getting a lot more complaints. And Patty's asked her, well, I wonder, do you know why that is? And the lady said, well, to go here, and ever since then, we've been getting a lot more stuff happening. And Patty's like, oh my gosh. And she asked her, well, what room did he do? And she said, the one your friend was in. I didn't know it at the time. Someone in that room a couple weeks prior. I don't know if that means 2, 3, or 4. She just said a couple weeks ago. And it was a older gentleman, like in his 70s, natural causes right there.
Learning that information after the fact made Clay's entire experience feel even more disturbing, and it might just explain why he experienced so much intense activity in that specific room. So, what's your take on it? A puzzling video shared by the Rabbit Hole Facebook page has sparked intrigue online after capturing an unusual phenomenon in the night sky. In the footage, a man stands outdoors, aiming a laser pointer at a single bright light shining above. What unfolds next, however, is what's fueling widespread speculation and fascination across the internet. After holding the laser beam steady for several seconds, more glowing lines suddenly begin to materialize in the sky, adding to the mystery of the scene. As the man keeps the laser steady, more lights begin to appear in the sky, some dim, others pulsing, seemingly in reaction to where the laser is pointed. The strange display has sparked a mix of curiosity and skepticism among viewers. Some believe the lights might be part of a hidden formation that only becomes visible under certain angles or lighting. Others think the video could show a real-time UFO encounter, noting how unusual it is for stationary lights to respond to a laser from the ground. Whether it's a natural event, secret technology, or something beyond explanation, the clip has captured the imagination of those intrigued by the unexplained. In Newtown, Sydney, this footage was recorded in a typically quiet neighborhood with very few reported crimes in the past 2 years. A big reason why Joey chose to move there with her children after her partner left. One night, Joey went out clubbing with friends and ended up heading home around 3 a.m. in a drunken state. At first, she thought she was imagining things, but thanks to her phone camera, she later confirmed that what she saw was very real.
I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like banging. Oh no.
At first, when Joey heard footsteps behind a fence, she thought someone was following her, a scary thought for anyone alone at 3 a.m. But when the footsteps suddenly sounded right beside her, she panicked and ran, managing to get home safely, despite being drunk. The next night, she returned to the same spot at 3 a.m. in her car to investigate while sober, ready to leave quickly if needed. Here's the clip.
I don't think I should go in there.
The ground trembled, and it sounded like something huge had jumped from a tree that was shaking hard. Oddly, Joey didn't see anything, even though the noise was loud enough that something should have been visible. Not taking any chances, she got back in her car and made up her mind never to go near that area so late again. TikToker Sharpski was driving down a rural dirt road at night when his headlights revealed a strange sight. Several pale-looking figures standing still in formation near the edge of a forest. It was hard to tell exactly what they were, but their eerie appearance and silence were unsettling. Not wanting to risk it, Sharpski turned the car around and left immediately. Some viewers speculated they were just shooting targets, while others remained unconvinced. Regardless of the explanation, seeing that scene in the dark would scare most people. This unsettling video was recently reshared on Instagram by paranormal fan Ghost Inspector Greg. It begins harmlessly, showing a family casually sitting around an Ouija board, appearing to just have some lighthearted fun, but things soon take a dark and disturbing turn.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
Pick it up.
Hold on, you've got it
Yeah, but you need to close it properly. Please,
Look,
Dad.
I just want to show you something on. Thingy.
Dad, Kenny, no! Kenny, oh my God!
Suddenly, without any warning, the planchette jumps off the Ouija board, as if pulled by something unseen.
Yeah, it's fine. I know, my arm's aching. Come on, we'll close it.
Dad!
Before anyone has a chance to respond, the room's lights suddenly shut off, leaving everything in darkness as the video cuts out.
Dad, no! Kenny, no! Kenny, oh my God!
Is this creepy footage genuine proof of a spirit trying to make contact during a Ouija board session gone wrong, or just a well-planned hoax meant to grab attention online? Here's a short and strange one from TikTok user Tiramisu80. The video quickly gained viral attention, baffling viewers with its unexplained nature. In the now widely shared clip, the uploader says they were awakened at night by a doorbell camera alert showing someone outside their home. At first, they feared it was an intruder, but it turned out the wind had blown their inflatable nutcracker decoration, causing the eerie scene. While there was a clear explanation, one thing is certain. This footage definitely doesn't bring the usual Christmas cheer. While testing a surveillance camera in a conference room one evening, an employee witnessed something unsettling. A head appeared in the window of the supposedly empty room. When she told her colleagues, they dismissed it, so she reinstalled the camera and returned to the room to demonstrate what happened. As she stood there, she suddenly heard a whisper right beside her ear saying, "Hello." Paralyzed with fear, she stopped the recording and ran out of the room. With her manager's full support, she never returned to that room again. A strange photo posted to Reddit by user WWXCinderellXN has sparked debate after it appeared to show a dark, shadowy figure on a wall, one that, according to the poster, had no clear source and vanished without any logical explanation. What makes it even more bizarre is that the room's lighting reportedly stayed the same throughout the experience. A second photo taken just 10 minutes later, under identical lighting conditions, shows the hallway again, but the shadow is completely gone. To make things even more mysterious, the user said their mother saw a sudden flash of bright light shortly after the shadow disappeared, but although she wasn't able to capture it on camera. With no people, pets, or objects nearby that could have created the shape, Reddit users have been left guessing. Some suggest it might have been something paranormal, possibly a ghost or a shadow figure, while others asked whether mirrors, furniture, or outside lights could have caused it. The poster, however, maintained that nothing in the area could explain the sighting. So, was it a simple optical illusion, or a brief glimpse into something unknown? Let us know what you think in the comments. In the early 1930s, a man living in remote Alaska set out for a nearby lake when he noticed something unusual, an entity unlike anything he'd ever encountered. He chased it across the rugged terrain and managed to snap a single photo, but living far from any town, he couldn't develop the film immediately. It remained undeveloped for nearly 4 months before he finally saw what he had captured. Years later, his grandson inherited both the photo and the remarkable story that came with it. A man named Davo Valkrat, who lives in a small town in Mexico, recently bought an old doll from a local street market. But ever since he brought it home, things have gotten seriously creepy. He says he hears strange whispers at night and knocking at his door, but every time he checks, there's no one there. Trying to get to the bottom of it, he started recording everything, but nothing could have prepared him for what his camera ended up catching.
Estoy trabajando. Dice...
Disculpen el reguero. Ahí están mis perritos durmiendo. Son las 5:23 de la mañana. Estoy trabajando. Y de... 5:23 de la mañana, 5:24 ya, para los que dicen que... Para los que dicen que ocurre nada más a las 3 de la mañana, no. Son las 5 ya de la mañana. Con 24 minutos. Ahí están mis perritos. Están durmiendo. Y lo curioso es... Alexa, luz del cuarto blanco frío.
Muy bien.
Están escuchando. Escuchen. Son susurros. Y no hay nadie, no. Siempre los muestro que no hay nadie para que luego no digan, no, es que eso, qué sé yo, de tus amigos, de tus familiares o lo que sea, no hay absolutamente nadie.
While Davo's on his computer, he suddenly hears loud bangs and knocks that make him jump. Did you catch it? A voice calls out from his window, totally freaking him out. A few seconds later, more knocking hits his door, and the voices keep going. But when he goes to check, there's no one there. Feeling unsettled, he searches the house and even looks outside, but again, nothing. And this was just the start. A few nights later, at exactly 3:43 a.m., the creepy activity started up again.
Son las 3:43 de la mañana. Y justo... Otra vez. Luego empiezo a sentir adrenalina. Por eso respiro así. Y me... Encendí la linterna. No hay nadie. Todo está totalmente cerrado.
Davo hears screaming coming from outside his room, which instantly puts him on edge. Then, just like before, there's loud knocking on his door. He hurries to open it, but no one's there. A faint whisper, sounding like a woman's voice, can be heard, but Davo doesn't seem to notice it. He turns the light back on, but the room is completely empty. Then, as he starts heading back to his room, something unexpected happens.
No entiendo qué...
¿Qué más?
Para los que me dicen que me vaya de la casa,
Manchen. Es bien fácil decirlo.
Davo gets spooked by loud banging on his back door, but when he checks, no one's there. As he turns to go back inside, he hears the sound of heavy footsteps rushing toward him. Already on edge, he retreats indoors, only to hear the knocking start up again, this time followed by a voice. He turns to look, and once again, the sound of fast footsteps charges in his direction. After all this, Davo decides to try reaching out to whatever might be behind the strange activity using an Ouija board, but that only makes things worse. Just one day later, while walking through his house, his camera catches something truly chilling.
¿Ven? No es nada. La muñeca está bien, no se ha movido.
As Davo walks through his house, something creepy can be seen peeking out from a doorway, but he doesn't notice it. And when he flips the light on, whatever it was is completely gone, like it was never there. Davo thinks all this weird stuff might be tied to that old doll he picked up from the street market. Could the doll have brought something with it? Whether it's a ghost or something worse, things in his house are definitely getting more intense. And if that figure on camera is really what's behind it all, Davo might be dealing with something way more sinister than just a haunted toy. What do you think is going on? A few years back, TikTok user Celeste.Rogias19 posted some seriously creepy footage from a hospital in Itaugoa, Paraguay. In 2022, she was frequently visiting the place to see her younger brother, who was admitted there at the time. While checking in on him, she started noticing some weird, unexplainable things happening around the hospital, so she began filming. In one of her first videos, she takes viewers with her as she explores the hospital's old, abandoned basement morgue, and it's as eerie as it sounds. The creepy atmosphere down there is already enough to give you goosebumps, but it's what Celeste ends up catching on camera next that takes things to another level. Celeste manages to catch the precise moment a hospital trolley starts rolling forward all by itself, with no one around to push it. The trolley starts sliding and shifting across the floor on their own, as if being moved by some unseen, powerful force. Surprisingly, Celeste said she felt more intrigued than scared while filming all this. She hasn't seen anything like it at the hospital since, but since the footage was taken in the morgue, a lot of viewers are wondering if this might be proof of something paranormal, maybe spirits still hanging around the place. Ellen purchased his home 2 years ago, and everything seemed completely normal. No history of hauntings, no tragic events, and nothing suspicious about the property. Previous owners had all moved out without any issues, but out of nowhere, after 2 quiet years, something eerie and unexplained began to happen, and Ellen was able to capture it on video.
Son las 4:25 de la mañana
y las cosas se están poniendo un poquito pesadas. Ya llevo más de media hora filmando, pero no manches. Oh my god, eso es a lo que me refiero, eso es lo que estoy hablando. Discúlpeme, pero miren, la lamparita. No sé si podré captar algo más. No voy a prender la luz por lo pronto porque quiero ver si podemos captar otra cosa más. No manches. Quiero ver si podemos captar algo más, que una prueba contundente que haga cambiar de opinión a todos los escépticos, a todos esos que me han puesto malos comentarios en mis videos, que dicen que esto es mentira, que yo lo hago, que yo lo preparo. Escuchen. Voy a encender un poco la luz a ver qué. No manches. Claramente miré que pasó una sombra por aquí por enfrente. No manches.
Dark, shadowy figures can be seen drifting past the doorway, an eerie sight and rightfully unsettling. Ellen stayed completely still as the shadows moved, ruling out any chance they were his reflection. Whatever those figures were, they weren't human. It seems Ellen may have unknowingly caught a ghostly presence on camera, making this a truly chilling piece of paranormal footage. After hearing strange noises while working in a nearby building, this man, curious but calm, figured it was probably something ordinary, maybe boxes falling or equipment shifting. But when he went inside, it quickly became clear that what was lurking in the shadows wasn't just old furniture or loose stuff. Something unnatural was down there, and it wasn't planning to stay hidden for long.
Raza, estoy acomodando estas tablitas aquí. Pero ya tiene rato que se escucha algo allá al fondo. Allí está un maniquí. Son una calavita, pero es un ruido muy extraño. Mira, ¿sí lo vieron? Ok. Mira, se asoma una sombra, pero se mete. Mira. Ay, hijo de su puta madre. Pero se me enchina la piel. Y es que ya tiene rato. Bueno, como sea, va a quedar. Y es que guachen aquí. No hay flash. No pasa nada. Mira, estas son las estatuas que te digo. Pero se asomaba de ahí. No hay nadie.
Just when the spooky skeletons and sombreros weren't creepy enough, it seemed like they weren't alone. The most chilling part was when a shadowy figure appeared briefly from behind a wall. As the man got closer to investigate, his phone, up until then functioning normally, began to glitch and distort. Was it just a coincidence or something more sinister? Many think paranormal entities can mess with electronics, and this incident definitely supports that theory. Two veteran ghost hunters were left deeply unsettled after capturing something inexplicable on camera. Their investigation led them to a famously haunted bridge in Japan, known for its dark history and tragic associations. Locals warn of the many sorrowful events linked to the site, and the duo was well aware of its sinister reputation, especially after hearing about previous viral ghost sightings from the area. Determined to witness the truth firsthand, they arrived at the bridge well past midnight, inspecting every area rumored to be haunted. As they explored, they suddenly heard it, a faint, eerie song sung by a woman, high-pitched and hauntingly real, echoing in the distance. They continued their search, visiting locations where people claimed to see apparitions, including a phone booth and an old bus stop said to be haunted by the spirits of an elderly man and a young boy. But as they finally reached the bridge itself, one of them suddenly froze, overwhelmed by a powerful and chilling wave of dread.
で、
前行ってらっしゃい一回。何？切ろう。
ほら今入ったんちゃう？俺動かへん、こっから今。
一旦引き返すか。
ごめんなさい、一旦引き返します。一人で検証はするんですけど、これ以上ちょっと歩いたら危険な感じがするんで、ちょっと一回引き返します。で、今からですね、とりあえず一人検証やっていきたいと思います。
He later described feeling an overwhelming sense of danger that kept him from moving forward. They waited a bit longer, hoping for clear evidence, but nothing obvious happened. After packing up and heading to the car, they reviewed their footage and noticed a section of the bridge they hadn't examined, a recently patched area of concrete that seemed out of place. Sensing they had missed something important, they returned, set up their equipment, and that's when the most unsettling event took place.
GoPro なんか起きるんじゃないかなと思うんで。やばい、しんどい。
A figure was seen clawing at the edge of the bridge, its shape disturbingly human. You could even make out what appeared to be fingers or knuckles. Some viewers tried to explain it away, suggesting maybe one of the investigators had somehow reached up from below, but that theory quickly fell apart. After reviewing the footage and retracing their steps, they confirmed the terrain at that spot made such a move physically impossible.
人がおろうにもおられへんから。やばいな、これ。なんでやばいの？
There's no hidden ledge, no platform, and nowhere for anyone to crouch and reach up unnoticed. The drop is completely sheer and smooth. So, who or what was clawing its way up the side of the bridge? Could it be the spirit of someone who met a tragic end there, or something far more sinister? A man named Diego, who lives entirely alone, had been experiencing a string of eerie and unexplained events in his home for months. One night, well past midnight, he was suddenly awakened by a strange noise coming from downstairs. But as he looked over and saw his cat calmly lying beside him on the bed, a chilling thought struck him. If his cat is up here, then what caused that noise down there?
Ese no es mi gato. Mi gato está ahí arriba.
Still holding his cat, Diego cautiously makes his way downstairs. That's when he sees it, another cat, identical in every way to the one he's carrying. A wave of dread crashes over him. He instantly knows something is wrong. In a panic, he bolts back up to his room, slams the door, and locks it tight, clutching the real cat in his arms. Meanwhile, something unnatural remains below, something pretending to be what it isn't. And then the nightmare gets even worse. Heavy footsteps begin echoing just outside Diego's bedroom door, accompanied by eerie, wailing sounds drifting through the hallway, like something in pain, or something trying to lure him out. The footsteps pace back and forth endlessly, while Diego stays frozen, clutching his cat, trapped in fear as the unsettling noises grow louder. Then, suddenly, silence. When he finally gathers the courage to check the house, he finds the downstairs in total disarray, objects scattered, furniture moved, and an unmistakable sense that something is still there, something that refuses to be ignored. What's really happening in Diego's house? Is he genuinely being tormented by a sinister spirit or a doppelganger-like entity? Or is it all just an elaborate setup meant to deceive? Bobby Bars has become a regular name when it comes to extreme paranormal activity in his home, and his terrifying encounters just don't seem to stop. It all started when a ghostly figure was caught on CCTV in his daughter's bedroom. Ever since that unsettling moment, things have only gotten worse. He's heard disembodied footsteps echoing through the halls, cupboards creaking open by themselves, and his cameras have captured all sorts of eerie disturbances. And what he caught next on film is no exception.
So I'm sitting here gaming, and that object up there swung and literally smacked the glass really hard. Damn reflection, but look, still moving. Let's get you before it stops. Look, still moving. Oh no, it moved. Look, it was sitting there, as you can see from the dust. Oh, so it moved. Alright. Can you make it swing again? Damn, I really need to wipe off in there. Look at all that. Can you make it swing again? Try to open that more. Hello? Can you make it move again? Oh, look. It made them all move now. Nice. Can you make it swing like you did before when it hit the glass? What's going on with this? Alright, now I said swing it, not move it. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. And I opened that thing, so probably God, let the damn thing out. Yo, this thing keeps moving. I'm like nervous and shaking. And I'm lightheaded a little bit. Keeps going out of focus. Surprised some things ain't shaking more how much it moved. I'm so nervous, man. So lightheaded. I don't regret this, but can you make it move again? Can you make it move again? So lightheaded. Can you slide it the other way? Keeps going out. Yo! Was that a nickel, a dime, a penny? Look, there's my change. That thing went flying. How did it not hit the glass? See, that's some glitch in the matrix. Yo, I gotta rewatch that, cause how to get past that glass and fly behind this stuff. That's definitely not what flew out. I don't even know where that went. Or even, that looked like a quarter or a nickel or a dime, because it wasn't no penny. That was too shiny for that. I'm like freaking out. See, it keeps going out of focus, man. I think something's in there. I'm good. It can stay in there. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch that again because I'm a little stumped on how it didn't hit the glass.
In this case, Bobby was drawn to some strange tapping noises coming from one of his cupboards. Curious and unable to ignore it, he went to check it out, only to realize something inside was making the sound. Before long, more objects started moving on their own, and it all ended with a single coin falling out, almost like it had been placed there on purpose. As creepy as that moment was, it feels like just the beginning of something bigger. Could this be a warning of what's still to come? This video was recorded by a woman named Sarah, who was working alone cleaning an old asylum building when she started hearing strange noises. That's when she pulled out her phone and began recording. Check it out.
Otra vez están escuchando muchos ruidos. Oigan, ¿de dónde viene ese ruido? Se escucha como que gritaran, como si hablaran. Nadie. Se escucha que grita. Creo que es de acá. Oiga, hay veces que se oyen las sillas de ruedas que caminan, que hablan. ¿Qué podrá ser? Ay, ¿qué podrá ser? ¡Ay, no! ¿Qué es eso? ¡Ay, no! Ahora sí, mire algo. No puede ser. No puede ser, ¿escucharon? Ahora sí sentí que alguien me tocó de verdad. Tengo que ir. No abre el pinche león. Les había dicho que se escucha mucho ruido. Voy a tener que ir por mi hija.
A spooky whisper can be heard saying, "I see you," and shortly after, a food cart moves across the room on its own while the elevator suddenly stops working. A few days later, Sarah wakes up at around 3 a.m. in her own house after hearing some odd sounds. Take a close look.
No mames. No sé si pueden escuchar. El bote de la basura. Y el pinche bote de la basura se abre y se cierra solo. Aquí se fue. Oye, ¿qué podrá ser? No mames. ¿Qué ching? Oh, ¿qué es? ¿Qué chingados es? ¡Ay! Se escucha. El pinche bote de basura se está abriendo y cerrando solo. No manches. ¿Por qué chingados está haciendo eso?
The bathroom trash can lid starts opening by itself. Not a lot of activity, but the family's worried that something might have followed her home from work, and this could be just the start of something much worse. Real ghost or not, what do you think? A young woman named Stephanie shared a cute video of her toddler playing, crawling over the couch and just having fun. She later uploaded the clip online for friends and family to enjoy, but soon after, viewers began pointing out something in the background that left them seriously creeped out. viewers noticed a strange, small figure peeking out from behind the baby's playpen, low to the ground. Stephanie says she hadn't seen it until people started commenting on the video. She insists no other children were around at the time and has no idea who or what the figure could be. Interestingly, her toddler starts to head toward the room where the figure appears, but quickly backs out, only to casually walk back in moments later as if nothing happened. So, who or what was that? One night, a motion alert from a backyard Ring camera went off. When the homeowners reviewed the footage, they spotted something strange, a blurry shape drifting across the screen. At first, it just looked like mist, or maybe something zipping by too fast to focus on. Some people guessed it might have been a spider web or a bug catching the infrared light, but others swear it had a faint human-like shape and even moved like someone walking. What do you think it was? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.